If you tell your problems to people, you might think you're getting help, but often you're just spreading your troubles around. It's like planting seeds of negativity in everyone's minds. And you know what? Those seeds grow. They grow into big, ugly weeds that can choke out all the good things in your life and the lives of those around you. Now, I'm not saying you should never talk about your problem. There's a time and a place for that. But what I'm saying is that constantly talking about your issues isn't going to solve them. It's just going to make them seem bigger and scarier than they really are. Think about it this way. Every time you talk about a problem, you're giving it power. You're making it more real, more solid. It's like you're building a monument to your troubles, brick by brick, word by word. And before you know it, that monument is so big, it's casting a shadow over everything. Here's the thing. You have a choice. You can choose to build monuments to your problems, or you can choose to build monuments to your solutions. You can focus on what's wrong, or you can focus on what you're going to do to make things right. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but if I don't talk about my problems, how will I get help? And that's a fair question. But let me ask you this. How many times have you talked about your problems and nothing changed? How many times have you poured out your heart to someone only to feel just as stuck as you did before? The truth is, most people can't solve your problems for you. They can listen, they can sympathize, but at the end of the day, the only person who can really change your situation is you. And the more time you spend talking about your problems, the less time you're spending on actually solving them. So what should you do instead? I'll tell you, focus on solutions. Instead of saying, I'm so broke, ask yourself, how can I increase my income? Instead of complaining, I'm so out of shape, ask, what small step can I take today to improve my health? Instead of moaning, my relationship is falling apart, ask, what can I do to be a better partner? See the difference? It's all about shifting your focus from the problem to the solution. And when you do that, something magical happens. Suddenly, you're not a victim of your circumstances anymore. You're not powerless. You're taking control. You're becoming the hero of your own story. And let me tell you, that feeling of taking control, of being proactive instead of reactive, it's addictive, it's empowering. It's like a shot of pure energy straight to your soul. And the best part, when you start focusing on solutions instead of problems, people notice, they see the change in you. They see your energy, your drive, your determination, and they want a piece of that. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Changing the way you think, the way you talk, the way you approach life, it's hard work. It takes practice. It takes discipline. But I promise you it's worth it. Because when you stop telling people about your problems and start focusing on solutions, you're not just changing your words. You're changing your life. Think about the most successful people you know, the ones who seem to have it all together, who are always moving forward, always achieving their goals. Do you think they got there by constantly talking about their problems? No way. They got there by focusing on solutions, by taking action, by refusing to be defined by their challenges. And there's a secret. Those successful people, they have problems too. Everyone does. But the difference is they don't let their problems define them. They don't wear their troubles like a badge of honor. Instead, they treat their problems like puzzles to be solved, like challenges to be overcome. And that's exactly what they do. They overcome them. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but my problems are different. They're bigger, they're more complicated. And maybe they are. But here's the thing. The size of your problems doesn't matter nearly as much as the size of your determination to solve them. Your challenges don't define you. Your response to those challenges does. This is what I want you to do. The next time you're tempted to talk about your problem, stop, take a deep breath, and instead of focusing on what's wrong, ask yourself, what can I do to make this right? Instead of complaining about where you are, start planning where you want to go. Instead of dwelling on your weaknesses, start building on your strengths. And most importantly, instead of telling people about your problems, start showing them your solutions. Show them your resilience, your creativity, your determination. Show them that no matter what life throws at you, you're going to come out stronger, wiser, and better than before. Because here's the truth. Your problems don't make you special. Everyone has problems. What makes you special is how you handle those problems. What makes you stand out is your ability to face challenges head on, to find solutions where others see only obstacles, to keep moving forward when everyone else has given up. So from this day forward, I want you to make a commitment to yourself, to your future, to your potential. I want you to commit to being a problem solver, not a problem talker. I want you to commit to focusing on solutions, not dwelling on difficulties. I want you to commit to being the kind of person who inspires others, not the kind who drags them down with negativity. Because when you make that commitment, when you shift your focus from problems to solutions, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the lives of everyone around you. You're creating a ripple effect of positivity, of possibility, of potential. And that, my friends, is how you change the world. Now, I know this isn't easy. Old habits die hard. And if you're used to talking about your problems, it might feel strange at first to keep them to yourself. You might feel like you're bottling things up, like you're not being authentic. But here's the thing. There's a big difference between bottling up your emotions and choosing to focus on solutions. Bottling up your emotions is unhealthy. It's like trying to hold back a flood with your bare hands. Eventually, the pressure will become too much and everything will come bursting out. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is making a conscious choice to direct your energy towards finding solutions rather than dwelling on problems. It's about acknowledging your challenges, yes, but not letting them dominate your thoughts or your conversation. It's about being strategic with your mental and emotional energy. Think of it this way. Your mind is like a garden. Every thought you have, every word you speak is like a seed you're planting in that garden. Now, you can plant seeds of problems, seeds of doubt, fear, or you can plant seeds of solutions, seeds of hope, determination, and possibility. Which kind of garden do you want to grow? When you constantly talk about your problems, you're essentially overwatering those problem seeds. You're giving them all your attention, all your energy, and guess what happens? They grow, they spread. Before you know it, your whole mental garden is overrun with weeds of worry and vines of victimhood. But when you focus on solutions, when you choose to talk about your plans, your goals, your dreams, that's when you start planting flowers. That's when you start growing a garden of opportunity. And let me tell you, that's the kind of garden that attracts butterflies, not vultures. Now, I'm not saying you should never talk about your problems. There are times when it's important to open up to seek advice or support. But there's a big difference between strategically discussing an issue with someone who can actually help you solve it and just complaining to anyone who will listen. The key is to be intentional about who you talk to and what you say. Before you open your mouth to discuss a problem, ask yourself these questions. 1, is this person in a position to help me solve this problem? 2, am I looking for a solution or am I just looking to vent? 3, will talking about this problem move me closer to a solution or will it just reinforce my feelings of helplessness? If you can't answer yes to at least one of these questions, then maybe it's better to keep that problem to yourself for now. Instead, use that energy to brainstorm solutions, to take action, to move forward. Remember, every time you open your mouth, you have a choice. You can choose to speak life or death, positivity or negativity, solutions or problems, and those choices over time shape not just your words, but your reality. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, instead of rushing to tell everyone about it, try this. Take a deep breath. Acknowledge the problem to yourself. Feel your emotions. It's okay to be frustrated, angry, or scared. But then shift your focus. Ask yourself, what can I do about this? What's the next step I can take? And then this is the important part. Take that step. No matter how small it might seem, take action because action is the antidote to anxiety. Action is the enemy of fear. When you're taking action, you're not a victim of your circumstances. You're the architect of your future. When you start taking action, when you start focusing on solutions instead of problems, people will notice. They'll see the change in you. They'll be drawn to your energy, your determination, your resilience. And instead of coming to you with their problems, they'll start coming to you for inspiration. You'll become a beacon of hope in a world that often feels hopeless. You'll be the person others look to when they need strength, when they need encouragement, when they need a reminder that no matter how big the problem, there's always a solution if you're willing to look for it. And let me tell you, there's no greater feeling than knowing you've inspired someone else to face their challenges head on, to believe in themselves, to keep pushing forward when everything seems to be pushing back. That's the kind of impact you can have when you choose to focus on solutions instead of problems. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I can't find a solution? What if the problem is too big, too complex? And to that, I say, there's always a solution, always. It might not be obvious. It might not be easy. It might not be what you expected, but it's there waiting for you to discover it. Sometimes the solution isn't about changing your external circumstances. Sometimes it's about changing your perspective. Sometimes it's about finding the opportunity hidden within the obstacle. Sometimes it's about realizing that the problem you've been so focused on isn't really the problem at all. It's just a symptom of a deeper issue that needs to be addressed. And here's the thing, you'll never discover these deeper truths, these hidden opportunities, if you're too busy telling everyone about your problems. You'll be so focused on the surface level issues that you'll miss the real lessons, the real growth opportunities that your challenges are offering you. Every problem you face is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger, wiser, more resilient, an opportunity to develop new skills, new perspectives, new strategies that will serve you for the rest of your life. But you can only seize these opportunities if you're willing to face your challenges head on, to look for the lessons they're trying to teach you, to search for the solutions instead of dwelling on the problems. So I challenge you, for the next week, try not to talk about your problems at all. Instead, whenever you're faced with a challenge, whenever you feel that urge to complain or vent, stop. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? What can I learn from this? What's the solution I haven't seen yet? And then instead of talking about your problems, talk about your plans. Talk about your goals. Talk about the person you're becoming because of the challenges you're facing. Talk about the lessons you're learning, the strengths you're developing, the insights you're gaining. Watch what happens. Watch how your energy changes. Watch how people respond to you differently. Watch how your perspective shifts, how your confidence grows, how your ability to handle challenges improves. Because here's the truth. The more you talk about your problems, the bigger they seem. But the more you focus on solutions, the bigger you become. And when you become bigger than your problems, that's when you become unstoppable. So remember, your words create your world. Choose them wisely. Use them to build bridges, not barriers. Use them to find solutions, not spread problems. Use them to inspire, to encourage, to empower yourself and others. Because at the end of the day, it's not about having a life free of problems. It's about having the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to face whatever challenges come your way. It's about being the kind of person who sees obstacles as opportunities, who turns stumbling blocks into stepping stones. And that kind of person doesn't waste time telling people about their problems. They're too busy solving them, growing through them, and inspiring others along the way. So from this moment on, I want you to make a decision to be a problem solver, not a problem spreader, a decision to focus on what you can do, not what you can't. A decision to be the author of your own story, not a victim of your circumstances. Because when you make that decision, when you commit to focusing on solutions instead of problems, you're not just changing your words, you're changing your life. And in doing so, you might just change the world. Remember, every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of progress in human history came not from people who sat around talking about their problems, but from those who dared to imagine solutions, from those who refused to be defined by their challenges, who instead chose to be defined by their responses to those challenges. You have that same power within you, the power to choose your focus, to shape your reality, to create your future. And it all starts with a simple decision. Will you be a person who talks about problems or a person who creates solutions? The choice is yours. And I believe in you. I believe that you have the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to choose wisely, to choose growth over comfort, progress over complaining, action over anxiety. So go forth. Face your challenges with confidence. Seek solutions with creativity and determination. And above all, remember, your problems don't define you. Your response to them does. Choose to respond with resilience, with wisdom, with an unwavering belief in your ability to overcome whatever life throws your way. Because when you do that, when you choose to focus on solutions instead of problems, you become more than just a survivor. You become a thriver. You become an inspiration. You become unstoppable. And that, my friends, is the power of choosing solutions over problems. That's the power of keeping your challenges to yourself and your victories for the world. That's the power of being a beacon of hope in a world that desperately needs it. So go out there and shine. Go out there and solve. Go out there and show the world what you're truly capable of. Because I promise you, it's more than you ever imagined. Your problems don't stand a chance against your potential. Your obstacles are no match for your opportunities. Your doubts can compete with your determination. You are stronger than your struggles. You are wiser than your worries. You are bigger than your battles. And every day, with every choice you make to focus on solutions instead of problems, you prove it. You prove it to yourself. You prove it to the world. So keep proving it. Keep growing, keep solving, keep inspiring. Because the world doesn't need more problem talkers, the world needs more problem solvers. And you, my friend, have everything it takes to be one of the greatest problem solvers this world has ever seen. Now go out there and make it happen. Your future is waiting. Your solutions are calling. Your greatness is ready to be unleashed. The question is, are you ready to answer the call? I believe you are. Now it's time to prove it to yourself. Don't tell people about your problems. Show them your solutions. And watch as you transform not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Your journey to greatness starts now. Take that first step. Focus on solutions and never, ever look back. The world is waiting for your solutions. It's time to deliver them